Northlake is exploding. In this video, I'm going to share the pros and cons about living in Northlake, Texas. It's a community just north of Fort Worth, and you're not going to want to miss it. The population of Northlake is 11,000 people, and home prices range from about $400,000 on up to $1.8 million. And the median home price is $574,000. The city of Northlake was incorporated in 1960 as a result of a few farmers coming together because they saw that Irving was exploding and all around the Dallas-Fort Worth airport where there were like just big suburbs coming in. And so they wanted to kind of protect that country feeling. And so they decided to incorporate. So believe it or not, there were only a population of 20, not 20,000, 20 people in 1970. Northlake is about 27 miles north of Fort Worth and only 10 miles south of Denton, which is the nearest city with everything you can imagine. Also, you're not really gonna find an old town Northlake square anywhere, but you will find that these new home master plan communities they look like their own little town squares all in one, and they function like communities. So Northlake doesn't really have a town square, anywhere to hang out, but what these communities have done instead is they kind of built their own town square. Now, what it makes me feel like, especially when I'm in Pecan Square, is that this is like a new Hallmark movie where there's community, there's events, there's neighbors, I'm sure a little bit of gossip going on in these neighborhoods. So we've spent some time here in Northlake, and let me tell you, I know the pros and I know the cons. So first off, the best pro about this city: the dynamic master planned communities. There are so many things to do with parks, playgrounds, even fishing spots. There's community gardens and pools. And many of the communities around DFW do have these, but in Northlake, many of the master plan communities have on-site community directors planning with the intent to connecting families. There is always something going on, from events to gatherings and neighborhood celebrations. So I was at a meeting the other day talking with a real estate agent, and they moved here to Northlake, and they said that the reason they did is they wanted that community atmosphere. And so she, just from firsthand experience, was saying this is a fabulous place to live. Number two, there's lots of availability. If you go into closer to the Dallas-Fort Worth areas, there is still some limited availability. So Northlake has so much to offer for housing. Homes from 1,500 square feet to 5,000 square feet. And there's a variety of lot sizes, anywhere from, small backyards to medium-sized backyards, 1 to 2 acres, and if you get lucky, you might even find some farmland. Number 3, Northlake has great schools. Northlake communities feed into Northwest ISD and Argyle ISD as well. And listen, both are great. Argyle has an A rating from the Texas Education Agency, and Northwest has a B rating, but almost an A with an 89. Most of the schools are new, with more to be built to handle all the influx of new students. In fact, Northwest ISD will open up a new elementary school called Johnny Daniel Elementary this fall on site at Pecan Square. A middle and high school will follow with plans to build a stadium complex as well. How convenient will that be for those living in this area? Number 4, retention of farmland. Let me just say this: Northlake has been intentional not to just make this a giant suburbia city. They wanted to retain farmland as part of their heritage, and their original intentions is to not make it a large suburb. But they have considered with, expansion and growth to the area and the needs of the people that millennials and boomers also need to be served. So they have carved out special places to really serve those generations. That's where you have the master plan communities with young families in mind, as well as sections for boomers. The fifth pro of living in Northlake is the crime rating is an A. You can check out crimegrade.org to research crime rates. And by the way, if you don't know me, I'm Dana Pollard. I'm a real estate agent in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex in Texas, and I have a team that can help you buy or sell a home. So click the link below if you're looking at buying or selling a home. Now on Northlake, let me just say, I shared all those wonderful pros about Northlake, but the cons, there's definitely some cons, and we have to talk about them. First up, the roadways, they need to catch up. They are not caught up with development yet, and you can get stuck in traffic on a one-lane street. This is very frustrating. I'm sure they're waiting on tax money to be able to update the roads, but I'm not gonna lie, it gets frustrating at rush hour, especially right at that 5 o'clock. Then there's Interstate 35, the main road, the highway that goes north and south. It's on 2 lanes on each side right now, and it can get backed up during rush hour as well. They have recently opened up the express lanes as you go further south on 35, so it's getting so much better if you have to commute to downtown Fort Worth. But I'm hoping that by 2025, the roadways will be all caught up. The second con for living in Northlake is the lack of shopping and dining. Now we are here at a cafe, which is very cute, very sweet, very good, and there are some limited options here in Northlake, but to really find, your nearest grocery store is going to be 12 minutes away, which may not sound like a long way, but that is the talk of the town. When is a grocery store coming to Northlake? And developers are not really releasing that information yet. Most people will go grocery shopping in Flower Mound or Bartonville. If you want some nice hangout shopping, restaurants, it's a really nice area up there, and it's only about 15 minutes away. Also just south of Northlake is the Tanger Outlets. And there's people just hang out there and go shopping as well. So really there are options living in Northlake, and they're really just 10, maybe 15-minute drive away. It's just for the city itself, there's not a whole lot going on yet. But I foresee there will be some great things coming. And the third con about living in Northlake is really if you're going to be commuting to downtown Fort Worth or downtown Dallas, or even going to the airport frequently, then again, getting caught in traffic can be kind of a longer commute. But other than that, the actual city, people love living in Northlake. I hear nothing but wonderful things from clients and residents and other real estate agents. So if you want to move to Northlake, fill out the questionnaire in the link below, and we would be happy to be your team of choice.